It was a chilly evening, the kind that seeps into your bones and leaves you feeling restless. My wife, Sarah, sat in the dimly lit living room, her heart pounding in her chest as she waited for me to come home from work. She had been wrestling with a truth she had been holding inside for far too long, and tonight, she knew she had to come clean. As the sound of the front door opening echoed through the house, Sarah felt a wave of anxiety wash over her. I walked in, my tired eyes meeting hers as I dropped my keys on the table. "Hey, babe. How was your day?" I asked, my voice heavy with exhaustion. Sarah swallowed hard, trying to find the right words to start the conversation she had been dreading for weeks. She took a deep breath and finally spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. "I need to talk to you," she said, her gaze fixed on the floor. My brows furrowed in concern as I sat down beside her, my hand reaching out to touch hers. "What's wrong, Sarah?" "You're scaring me," I said softly. Sarah closed her eyes, gathering her courage before she spoke the words that would change our relationship forever. I've been emotionally cheating on you," she confessed, her voice trembling with guilt. My hand dropped from hers as I stared at her in disbelief. "What do you mean, emotionally cheating? Who is he?" I demanded, my eyes flashing with anger and hurt. Sarah felt the weight of her confession pressing down on her as she finally looked up to meet my gaze. "It's not a he," I said. It's a woman. Her name is Emma," she admitted, her voice barely audible. My eyes widened in shock at her revelation, a mixture of betrayal and confusion clouding my features. "Emma? How long has this been going on, Sarah? How could you do this to me?" I demanded, my voice rising in anger. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as she struggled to explain the tangled web of emotions that had led her to this point. "It started innocently enough," she said. "She was just a friend, someone I could talk to when things got tough between us. But it became more than that. I started to confide in her, to seek comfort in her words. And before I knew it, I had fallen for her," she confessed, her voice breaking with regret. My anger gave way to a deep sadness as I realized the magnitude of Sarah's betrayal. I stood up abruptly, pacing the room as I tried to process the harsh reality of our situation. "I don't know if I can forgive you for this, Sarah. How can I trust you again after this?" I said, my voice laced with pain. Sarah reached out for me, her eyes pleading for understanding as she tried to explain the depths of her remorse. "I know I have hurt you, and I don't expect you to forgive me right away. But please, give me a chance to make things right. I love you, and I want to fight for us," she pleaded, her voice filled with desperation. I stopped pacing, my gaze meeting hers as I saw the sincerity in her eyes. I took a deep breath before I finally spoke, my voice heavy with resignation. "I need time to process this, Sarah. I don't know if we can ever go back to how things were before. But I'm willing to try. For now," I said, my words hanging heavy in the air. Down her face as she felt a glimmer of hope amidst the wreckage of our shattered trust. And as we sat in silence, grappling with the aftermath of her confession, we both knew that our journey towards healing and forgiveness was only just beginning. But we were determined to face it together, no matter how long or painful the road ahead may be. For love, after all, is a battle worth fighting for. And we were prepared to fight with all our hearts to win back what we had lost.